Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first proper stream that I've done in a while. I've just recently done a recording real quick, and all this will be captured and recorded for the VODs later. It would appear that I have forgotten to open up something very important here. There we are. And that, oh yeah, that's a useful tool right there. Streamlabs OBS, very good, fantastic piece of kit there, but there is some limitations. You'll have to excuse my computer there. You notice it's making quite a bit of noise. That is what you're hearing right now is actually my computer. It's going to get noisier in the future. This is due to the fact that I use Noctua industrial size, like the actual 120 millimeter industrial grade fans. Quite frankly, even if I had gotten one of their coolers, it's about the only thing that can really keep my CPU cool in the case that it's in right now until they upgrade the case fans. And as of right now, I may either go with the Noctua consumer grade stuff because they're good. 82 CFM, silent at max speed. It's about what you'd want. Anyways, once again, this is all going to be also recorded into a VOD. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into creating a world. I've got a lot of mods here. This is customized. You'll see that we've got a fair amount of grace time. The days are also per month is also much higher. So winter will be a lot more one of those things. Of course, the temporal storms, those have been turned down for a reason. If you go ahead and have those come on frequently, we're going to basically be doing temporal storms all the time. Temporal storms all the time, that's not fun. People don't like dealing with that. So, if you're just going in there every week and sitting in a bunker every week waiting for it to go pass by, or sleeping every single time it comes up, which we do have sleep through storms going, that's not an option. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the world here. And I'm going to be streaming for about an hour or two, and that will get me maybe about half an hour of content that I can edit. Oh dear. So it would seem that Ancient Tools is not an option. Oh, and the game does not like waiting. So, looking at it, well, that's okay. So we are going to force quit this, and hopefully that'll work. Alright, well that's fine. So the reason why that didn't work is because I'm not currently on the latest version, because some of these mods are, quite frankly, they're already out of date on 1.20.10. So Ancient Tools it's nice, it's fun, but let's be honest here. If you have a situation where it's not going to work, it's just not going to work. Well, it shouldn't be. I actually wanted to delete it. Well, that's alright. Yeah. It's not open somewhere. Well, let's go ahead and reboot the game and see if we can fix that. Luckily, Streamlabs won't just stop recording, we'll just get a black screen that I'll edit out. So, terribly sorry to do this to all of you folks here. And let's go ahead and pop this back open. Ensure that that's capturing it. There it is. And yeah, that seems to have fixed it. So we will go ahead and delete this, because quite frankly it's borked. But luckily it is just because this is quite a good seed. If you want it, it will be there. This is a very good seed, very beautiful, and it is worth investing in if you want that sort of stuff. So we'll just go ahead and switch this back up so we have a little grace time. I mean, even 5 days is quite a lot of time, but it does give us some time to see, hey, where do we want to put things? Where do we want things to go? And for the most part, the only other thing that I go ahead and, because even very weak is going to give you a challenge. Even very weak. I know a lot of people are going to go ahead and be like, you don't know what you're doing, but honestly, who cares? And we don't need a massive world, quite frankly. That doesn't really matter. I don't think we're ever going to get to the world edge. I'll tell you the truth. Because even going from polar to the equator, so what you have to realize is polar to the equator means that even with this, we'll have 2 poles. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll have 3 poles and 2 equators, depending, vice versa, depending on how the world generates, of course. But yeah, so that's pretty much, that's just what I like doing, because quite frankly, you don't really need, I like that name. We're going to keep that. Let's see if it'll load. This is a lot of mods. Again, Primitive Tools was one of those mods that I wanted to have because it makes it so that you don't require limestone, and adds a really neat functionality in the form of a cart that you can carry around and, you know, move around with your stuff in it if you want to move from point A to point B over a long distance. I don't know how viable that would be given the terrain being what it usually is in Vintage Story. And we're playing with a few other mods, X Skills, Dana's Tweaks, which they're Dana's Tweaks. It's a Tweaks mod. Let's be honest. So why don't we get that saxophone? It's a nice saxophone. Leotard, obviously. That's the standard. Yeah, the sax. Snoop. Snoop. I guess that's the Snoop hair. Why would you name it that? This is such an interesting name. Let's try. We'll just go with unkempt. Just got out of bed. Oh goodness, it's crazy out there. Short-parted. Yeah, mustache. You gross. Now I just look like an 80s cop. Now I look even more like an 80s cop. Now I look like, oh crap, what was his name? The other gentleman, not the one with ADHD, the other gentleman. Can't remember either of their names. Chin curtain. Oh, let's just, yeah, I like that. We'll keep that, but get rid of the mustache. And hair color. That's a nice hair color. I like that hair color. A sunflower. Ooh. That'd be good. Okay. You know. I mean, honestly, it's probably going to be amber or bronze. Because, quite frankly, I mean, that's just blinding. Yeah, let's go with amber. And then, oh, but that really, that's one of those, the hair blends into the, change the hair color. Oh, that looks lovely. Oh, liver. Ooh. Okay, no, that's really nice. Alright, and we're just going to go ahead and sit here and customize away. And I forgot to disable the, well, there's an equal command you can do for disabling that. see there's combat overhaul there with firearms. We do have firearms. Listen to this. Oh. This is not the area I was expecting. Hang on. I mean, you know, slate, that's not bad. That's good for decoration. We, whoa. This isn't good. Down here. Let's go ahead and take a minute. Let's look around here. Oh boy. Honestly. Oh yeah, there's the Better Traders mod stuff right there. See, that's come to fruition. But, oh boy, I think I installed a specific mod that was, I mean, we have some more mushroom mods, but I think I installed a terrain mod that has likely vastly changed the type of terrain we can get. Which, you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Because, I mean, you know, but the thing is that there was a really nice area that I had built in the world that the seed was based off of that was very pleasant. Very pleasant, yes. And also I have decreased the rainfall, so again, there's a variety of things that have changed between this version of the world and the world that I had in my solo single-player version. Again, you know, it's not a huge issue. I would want a knife straight off. Excuse me. And let's snap a knife. Just do it right here. Knife going on. Ooh, directional sound. Whee! That'll get to turn down the volume a little bit here too, because yikes, loud. And we got a knife blade, we've got a stick, we've got a knife. This will allow us to harvest mushrooms faster, which is going to be extremely useful going into the first couple of months here. So we're going to be, I mean, I want to take a look over there. That might be something interesting to look at. That looks like a pretty interesting little area. So we're just going to make sure that we harvested all the little mushrooms around here. Great mushroom, best mushrooms in the world. I don't. You know, we're not going to get political here tonight. Let's just say I don't support the guy. And leave it at that. Let's see here. Actually, chanterelle are the best mushrooms in the world. Then you cannot change my mind. I do have an auto mapping mod that will make exploration a little easier. I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to make it the easiest thing in the world, but it will make it a little easier. And you know, when you first get started, there's going to be a lot of spots that you can map down, mark down, being able to just look at them and grab them and crouch at them, growl at them. Get on the map! That's what we're talking about here. Right, I think that was everything. That'll be a supply of sticks, and our next goal is going to be twofold. We're going to want to continue collecting any sort of food item that we can that will stack. And likewise, we're going to want to find a place where there are reeds. Set of baskets. Baskets are going to be our first source of inventory space that we can get, which is going to thing in the world when you first start the game, going from a single hotbar all the way up to 4 baskets. It's just so liberating. But we will take a moment to go. There we go. There's a goat. Take a look at this here. Wow. Oh, wow. Hello. I don't know what you mean. Not entirely sure myself. What's your name? It's Stretch. What you got to trade, Stretch? Okay, so he's commodities merchant. He will buy cracked vessels, merchant hats, sure. Sadly, because he's just... That's a pounder. That is straight up a pounder. Okay. I mean, like, I get it. He's got his own little kind of vehicle that he's traveling along. I don't know. Like, that's neat, but that's something that is an I don't know situation. I mean, because according to the game lore, spoilers if you're not familiar with it, this is not the present, quote unquote, in terms of what time it is in the world. All of the fantastic inventions, that's not a thing. These people barely know what's going on as far as what Jonas parts are. Steam energy is that's completely foreign to them. I suppose maybe you could have a few that discern some ancient knowledge, quote unquote. Really, it's more like knowledge that got blasted back into the past before human development, and then human development. You know, with the